chicken chipotle tacos. One of my family favorites. They're so easy and come together in minutes. Such an inexpensive way to feed the large crowd that I'm always feeding. Let me show you guys how you can make these at home in just minutes. Over the years, I've showed you guys these chicken tacos on lives, especially when I've had the whole crazy gang over to help me cook. Now, in those lives, I've always paired these with my tomatillo salsa. That recipe can be found on blackstoneproducts.com. It is so simple, so delicious. I used to even secretly sell that to friends around here in jars. You even might have seen me eating this by the spoonful, kind of like soup. It's so good. So be sure to check that one out. It's perfect for this recipe. You can even make that the day before, along with prepping all of your ingredients for this. That way you have an even quicker cook when hosting a get-together. All you need is a few simple ingredients. I've got 2 pounds of chicken diced up nice and small. Today I'm using thighs. You can even use chicken tenders or chicken breast. I always like pre-dicing my meat for tacos before it hits the griddle. This way each little nugget and bite of meat gets a sear on every side without having to slice into, say, a full chicken breast or a full chicken thigh. And then you have that meat that's just not seasoned. But let me know down below if you like pre-dicing it or slicing it after it cooks. I've got our Blackstone Fajita Seasoning. I've got some flour tortillas. I've got 1 large white onion that I've just diced nice and small. Now my secret to these chicken tacos and why they taste so good is the Frontera chicken taco skillet sauce with chipotle and garlic. This makes your chicken taste like it's literally cooked for hours and hours. We're using some extra light tasting olive oil. Use any oil that you prefer or like. For me, you'll see me cooking with extra light tasting olive oil a lot. It's just perfect for frying and baking. And now we'll get our Blackstone turned on and let this preheat between medium and high. Now, since I don't have any of my fresh tomatillo salsa for dinner tonight, I do have a little sour cream left in my fridge. I'm gonna squeeze in a little bit of fresh lime juice. Season this up with our Blackstone Fajita Seasoning, just enough of both until it tastes perfect, and that lime helps to thin out your sour cream. Now it's time to start cooking. Down goes a little bit of our oil and our chicken, spreading this out so that each little piece of chicken that we've pre-diced up gets a nice sear on all sides. Season this up with some of our Blackstone Fajita, just a light dusting, and then give that a mix. Let's make a little extra room and drizzle a little more oil to drop down our onions into. Mix to incorporate our onions and our chicken and spread everything back out. Let these hang out and do their thing. It's gonna take about 5 minutes to cook through completely, which gives me enough time to get our tortillas ready. Now I love charring our tortillas using the Blackstone side burner. Giving these flour tortillas that extra bit of char adds so much flavor, and I love it for presentation as well. So over our flame, using our tongues, allowing these tortillas just to heat up and get some char on them, about 30 seconds on each side. You'll love watching how these flour tortillas just bubble up. To keep these warm, I'm gonna place them in my Blackstone taco or tortilla holder. This I love, especially because it's only about 10 degrees out. Once they're done, I'm gonna pop back over to my chicken. Now I'm using 2 packets of our chicken skillet sauce. Each Frontera packet is enough for 1 pound of chicken. We'll give that a mix to incorporate, and instantly you can just smell all that garlic and all of that chipotle pepper. I love the deep dark red color. We'll let this go for another couple minutes, and then we'll pull it off. This adds for so much flavor. It really helps you create such juicy chicken. Time to pull this off. To keep this warm, since it is so cold out here, I'm gonna pull it off and place it into one of my Blackstone containers. And since that will keep our chicken warm and our tortillas are staying nice and warm in our taco holder, we'll do a quick cleanup of our griddle. Now, I'm gonna go with water for this, even though I say to stay away from water as often as possible. You just don't need it for most of your cooks, but since I'm using a store-bought sauce, which contains some sugar, I do wanna clean it with some water. So down goes a little bit of warm water. We'll give it a second to do its job and just instantly steam lift all of that left behind food off of the griddle. Using our griddle scraper, easily scrape everything right back into that rear drain. If for any reason everything did not come off completely, just add a little bit more water and repeat, and now your griddle should be nice and clean. Make sure all of that water has dried off or evaporated off. Go down with a little bit of oil, making sure not to over spill your oil because you only need a very light thin coating. Rub that in with a paper towel and your griddle will be ready to rock and roll for your next cook. Now back to our tacos. We've got all of our ingredients laid out. I've got some raw onions, I've got that cojita cheese, some sliced up lime wedges. Our tortillas are still nice and hot. Into our taco rack they go, and we'll start building. I always hit the bottom first with some cheese so it melts against that tortilla. You can also make these directly on the griddle surface, especially if it's freezing outside. In with a little bit of fresh cilantro. We're just hand tearing this. Nothing fancy. In with a little bit of our sour cream we flavored up. Our Chipotle chicken we griddled up that tastes like it cooked all day long. Some more cheese. Our raw onions because I love that bite it gives. I'm going to slice up some avocado, nice and thin and over the top with a little bit on each. A little extra cilantro and a squeeze of lime. I just love how gorgeous tacos always come out on the Blackstone, no matter what kind you're making or what you're topping them with. They're always delicious, but you guys have to try these with the Frontera. Let me know down below if you are a fan of the Frontera brand too. It's so delicious and really helps to make my meals a breeze. Until next time, guys, I'm Blackstone Betty. Be sure to check out all of the recipes on the Blackstone YouTube channel, and if you click that bell, you'll get a notification so that you don't miss any of these recipes. Now go eat a taco or 2 or 3 or 4.